Hey, everyone, it is Jane with the Let's Get Loud podcast. Good morning, Alicia.
Well, good morning.
Morning.
That made me want to sing. Let's get loud. Let's
Let's
get loud.
yes. Uh,
Also, that reminds me of our show.
yeah, I thought exactly what I was going to say. And let's not forget, everyone, that we do have a show coming up on October 7th. And it is going to be the fourth annual show at the Capitol. And then I thought, again, as
It's
we
definitely not October 7th. It's October 5th.
October 5th. So I like had 7th in my mind. I don't know why. Maybe that's what it was last year. Who knows? We'll never know. We could know what it was last year.
Well, it would be. Oh, okay, yeah.
Maybe. Anyways, October 5th, excuse-moi. Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, I wonder if we're gonna keep doing this. How many years do we have left? How many good years do we have left of that show?
Like, am I going to be 50?
Basically, whenever they stop buying tickets, we're
Yep.
gonna be like, oh, this is the last year. No one wants to come anymore.
We've actually recently got some material for the show.
We've bought material for the show.
No, like material, like
Oh.
not actual material, like stuff to talk about material.
Hmm.
From Jose posted a reel and it's her feet are getting some attention.
What is what is wrong with
It's
and like,
interesting to me. It's like I knew that feet thing is a thing,
right.
but
But when you
then
see it
you're
with your
like, but
eyes,
is it really?
when you see the comments with your eyes, and when you see the need, the want of the feet,
Also, I wonder if you have like, what is are your feet special?
they they are for sure not special. I can
You
I
don't know that there's something about those bony little toes of yours.
with the second one longer than the first one, there must be like 10 on 10 feet. You know what I mean? For the feet people.
Oh
It
my
is
God.
something, everyone. Anyway, so and when I posted that reel, like I did not expect anyone noticing my feet at all, and it just became all about my feet. I don't know what to tell you. They're all tanned as well. I think maybe that's why they got them all.
Maybe,
Yeah, they got
maybe.
them all excited. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're gonna share some of those comments with you guys on
Mm,
stage at Let's Get Loud. And maybe we need to do a little bit more research about feet things.
about
That
feet.
could be a whole topic, guys.
That could be very interesting.
Mm.
Well,
Should
well, well.
we should not tell Jeff, and we're gonna get him to weigh in on your how you would rate your feet.
Exactly. Like, obviously, that's not one of his fetish, and if so, I am not his top candidate. Oh my goodness. Okay, so last week we talked about your sleeping, and that you were gonna like fix your lifestyle of sleeping, but then you ended up getting hurt or being hurt.
How dramatic is my life lately with my health?
I mean, you know what? I think that like a lot of people live this way and they don't say anything out loud, and they just like, I feel like a lot of people are just like not sleeping. You know how many women say that? Like, I don't sleep. And I'm like, oh my God.
Definitely the not sleeping part, but
Yeah.
the nerve
The
pain
pain.
and
Yeah, yeah.
the foot pain, people are not like living their lives with that.
C'est vrai, ton foot pain too, hein?
Yes, like it's been dramatic,
Rien
Jose.
qu'être un sling, is that what we call that? A sling and then a boot, full body cast.
Yes,
Full
I'm
body.
telling you.
Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, so I'm sleeping better, but then I did something I don't even know, guys, to the more that I think about it, it's definitely been something that's been a part of my life for like a long time.
Mm.
But obviously something made it like really get worse like that. And it was just nerve pain right from my neck all the way down my shoulder, all the way down my arm.
Yeah, there's definitely, well, I mean, most of the time I can't speak for you, but there's always like a warning. But then it's like not enough for you to do anything about
Yeah.
it because it's
Yeah.
there, but it's not really,
Yeah.
it's not impacting your life.
Yeah.
According to my massage person, he's like, your body sends you warnings all the time. Like, I'm feel like this arm is tired or this is whatever.
Yeah. I tend to ignore those.
Yeah, no, you tend to think that like you're better than
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I'm
Yes.
I'm not, you know what I mean? It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
now it's going into fucking pieces.
Yeah.
Pieces. You're falling in pieces. So you need to get it together. You need to listen to your body.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
My mom, did I tell you that my mom was like, she came down this weekend and she was like, we will be discussing your health. And I was like, oh great, like can't fucking wait.
right.
And then I was like, listen, I understand, but like I move my body, I drink water, I eat nutrient dense food, I'm sitting at a healthy weight. Like like I'm not smoking, I've reduced my alcohol. Like
Yeah.
I don't need a health intervention
You
right
do
now.
not need a health intervention. Absolutely not.
Thank you.
You don't need anyone else to do an intervention for you. If you want to do an intervention, you can do this yourself.
Thank you so much.
You got this. I'm
I
not.
did get home from your house yesterday though, and I iced it. And then someone gave me a recommendation of a specific medicine to take. Who knew that medicine could help pain?
Who knew?
So it's like I didn't believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
So that really, I think that combo with seeing the chiropractor really helped.
Good. We just want to see your health shine, thrive.
I feel like I'm gonna, when you've been sick, like with the flu or something,
Right.
and
It's
then
like one thing after the other.
and then your energy comes back and you're like, you just appreciate every little thing. I hope that that's me.
I think it is. I think your gratefulness and gratitude is awareness is really high. I think you'll be
Oh,
like, oh, finally I can go back for my walk. And then the weather needs,
oh,
like I know it's sunny, but
or are you
it
upset?
needs to be warmer. Like
It's cold.
it is freezing.
Also, it's the worst kind of cold for you because it's windy.
T'as tout compris? T'as tout compris? You know my triggers. You know
No
my
wind.
triggers, no, zero wind. Basically, like right now it is not windy. And I said to Jeff, I said, look at this beautiful morning. You know what I mean? Because you see the water's just like still, and
Right.
look at the trees, and if they're moving, no moving. But apparently there's this like storm coming,
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, a high wind, 65 kilometers an hour, 1 centimeter of snow, which is not gonna actually snow, but the fact that
Right.
it's even still in weather network is just
Right.
insultant.
Yeah, no, no, thank you. It's over. Like, can we move
C'est
on to
fini, comme
spring?
you can, yeah, we can move on now. Yeah. Actually, it's been 1 month of spring, like suppose, you know what I mean? Supposed to be spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. We never have really nice weather, April, May. Like it's always like rainy, not really sunny. We have these like on easily
Excitable?
yes, because like the minute there's one day where it's like 20, like it could be
Yeah.
20 next week, one day
Yeah.
we like forget all the shit we just gone through. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, oh my God, what a beautiful spring, huh? Beautiful spring. I'm like,
It's true.
you are being fooled, my friend. I do not forget. Never forget. Hashtag never forget.
Jose has like a little calendar and she
Yeah.
has like X's marked when
X.
the weather was unacceptable for her weather standards.
Oh my God. And then I'm like, when you plan your vacation, it's always like March, and you never think like you're like April, that's late. Definitely could go down south right now. You know what I mean? Like that would
I
ça se
mean,
prendrait bien là. Like
you
no
could
issue
always
there.
go on vacation.
I could always go where it's warm. Very
Yeah.
please. And I'm
Yeah.
actually very jealous when I see people in Florida right now. It's like 32. I'm like, oh yes. Yes.
Okay.
You wake up,
Okay.
it's already 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice walk at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
You know?
I do.
One day, one day. Okay. Here's the thing. I wanted to talk to you about this. So, 2 weeks ago, we talked about like how to lose weight with that kind of calories, blah, blah. So, I got back from my vacation, gained a bunch of weight.
I'm
And,
looking for this update.
yeah. So basically, yeah, I basically, this is what the text I sent. I'm like, I can pretend I'm not insulted by the scale, but I am. But so I'm just gonna be like honest about it. Doesn't mean I'm broken. It doesn't really change anything, but it's like you can't just pretend like it doesn't like get to you. Like you're like, ben là, and here's what I said. The scale is trending down. Sure. I'm not impressed with the speed of it. I'm like, could you be slower? You know what I mean? Could you be slower? And then I'm like, the reason why I'm upset with the speed is because of the speed of how in which it went up. Like if it was like this slow progress, I'd be like, oh, whatever. This was literally like 2.5 weeks. Like, give me a break. Also, it wasn't like 2.5 weeks of I don't know why I gained 7 pounds. I know exactly why. I was eating a buffet every friggin' whatever. I'm back to egg whites. Give
Yeah.
me something. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just anyway, so I'm kind of going through that. And so one of my like strategies to like break the confusion, break the like, I'm not like waiting. I'm not waiting anymore. Like this is
Okay.
I want this. I want to go back. I really felt good before leaving. I'm like, I want that right now. Let's go.
Okay.
Is portion. And I know that you like
Okay.
basically like I'm like almost like pre-packaged snacks, like whatever, so that I can know exactly what's in there so that there's no fuck up. There's no like maybe I don't know, because that's my jam. I'm a maybe I don't know kind of person.
Yeah.
But right now I'm like not impressed with how fast it's going. So I'm just gonna like speed up, speed up.
Okay. Wow, we have a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel you. That's like literally what I went through, like when I came
When you
home
came back from
from
Hawaii,
Hawaii, and I was
you're
like,
like,
what the?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's frustrating. And you can, you know what? I feel like maybe it was given to us for the purpose of just like reminding us of like what that feels like. And those experiences help us to connect with our members and help our members.
And I think it's an opportunity to like, yeah, 1,000,000%. And I think that like, I for sure said the same thing to Nadia. I said, this is all happening for a reason. Like this, the whole thing, I'm like, it's something like I need to live this experience. There's
Yeah.
something about what this is because, and I said to her, like she had gained, and she shared this, she had gained a bunch of weight on her vacation and lost it all in 2 days. You know what I mean?
That was insane.
And she's like, but it was all like fluff. And I was like, why couldn't mine be fluff though? Like, I'm like, why is it 7 real pounds of fat versus 15 of fluff for you? Like, I don't understand the difference.
Well, also, like was she only gone for a week?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you were gone for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh,
So it
and
has
I said to
time to
her,
be
yeah,
real.
and it's real. Oh, and I told her it is real. I see it. I feel it. All of it is real.
Yeah.
However, okay, now we're back, lo. It's been 2 weeks. Like something, and here's the thing. I said to her, and I'm always super transparent. I'm like, give me something. It is giving me something. Like it is. I'm just
Yeah.
not happy with the rate of it.
Yeah. And that's
To work on.
difficult.
Yeah.
That's difficult.
Yeah.
So it's telling you you're creating a deficit. It's
Yeah.
just slower than maybe in the past or slower than you want, but
Yeah.
it's saying keep going. But it's also saying, hey, if you want this to be faster, make other changes.
1,000,000%.
You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be so dramatic. Like when that, I'm sure you guys listening have had an experience where you're trying to create weight loss for yourself and it's going slower than you would like. You can be like, Bella, I'm doing all of this and it's not working,
Yeah.
and you can get the drama high. And then when that happens, people have the tendency to be like, F it.
1,000,000%. No. And that never came to mind. The first week,
You're
nothing
rational.
happened. Yeah. The first week, nothing happened on the scale. And all I thought was like, let's try that again. Week 2,
Okay.
let's go. Like it wasn't like a bello, whatever. It was like, oh, let's try that again. And then it's like you have to make that decision. Like, do I care right now? Like, does it matter? Like all of
Do
that.
I want to prioritize
Yes.
making the scale go down faster? Like it's
Yeah.
so rational. It's
Yeah.
hard for us to be rational with our weight loss journey.
Exactly. And it's not about, and I said to her, I always say, don't do things for the sole purpose of weight loss. I get that. However, it's like, I'm intentional. Like this
Yes.
is what I want. I'm allowed to want that as I can allow myself to not want that next week. Like this was just what I want today and I'm going to go for it,
I don't know if you probably didn't see this or were a part of this, but someone was unhappy with me meal prepping on the internet.
Oh, okay. No,
And
I saw there was drama. And then someone was like, oh my God, sorry, someone gave you drama. I was going to talk to you about that. Tell me about that.
well, they said that I was promoting diet culture. And they were like triggered by me meal prepping.
Okay.
And just reminded me of that when you said like I'm allowed to want that. And I just like you chose that as an opportunity to explain to that person that like no one act is diety. Like maybe for you that feels diety. For me, I absolutely adore it. It takes 2 hours of my entire week. And then I have pre-portioned, nutrient dense, delicious meals available to me. That's just my way right now.
Yeah, exactly. You're not
I'm
telling
not feeling.
people to do that. You're telling your people that's what you do.
And when it's the family's having a meal and I want to be a part of it, my Tupperware stays in the fridge.
Right.
But when they're not around and when they're busy and they're having wraps,
Yeah.
here we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. it's that fine line because
It is a
people,
fine line.
yeah, because there are behaviors that for me, for you, for our neighbors, that it's like that reminds me of that moment in my life.
Yeah.
And that it can be freaking related to relationships. It could be related to alcohol. It could be related to a weight loss. So either way, there's going to be people doing things on the internet, you guys,
Yes.
that trigger emotions or that for you, that does not, whatever, I don't want to do that. It's that emotional maturity I find that we don't have as a society or as adults, that we should all be like focusing on, like just that emotional maturity of people do their own shit. That's okay. It is not a representation of what I should be doing. That's what we should all be working on, I think.
And so it all comes back to portions. So let's get into portions. So
Okay.
this was a tool that I really leaned in heavy as well when the scale wasn't moving. It's something I've been speaking to our members about. And it's just like, but then when I say, then they say like, well, what's the perfect portion?
Mm-hmm.
How do I know if I'm eating too much chicken?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not like exact. It's just if
Oh.
the scale's not going down, increase your portion awareness.
Yes, like that's really what I did. It was more like, okay, and the first thing, the first day, and that's a part of my lead indicators right now is just like calorie awareness all
Yeah.
day. Like basically
Yeah.
anything you put in your mouth,
Yeah.
you know what's happening. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I leaned into, okay, well then I'm gonna buy some new snacks, things that are already portioned so I don't have to do shit. Like I don't like to measure stuff. You know that about me. I don't like to weigh stuff. But if I do choose to make up a meal, I am going to go out of my way now to just like, okay, this is what it looks like when it's 500 calories. I'm not,
Yeah.
it needs to be 100 calories and I'm not eating. It's just, oh, this is what it looks like. And here's the thing, it goes up fast.
Oh,
Like as in like, I'm like, holy mac, like this is already 500. And if I want to do 2000, which I know I can lose weight at 2000,
yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
I'm like, and that it'll make me happy, wouldn't be hungry, whatever, all of
Yeah.
that stuff, all of these other parts that are really important, right?
Yeah.
We're not just talking one side here where it's like calorie awareness, portions, like happiness,
Yeah.
making sure you love the food you eat, making sure you don't think you have to eat anything specific. And actually, it isn't. There's nothing specific that I need to eat. It's more just awareness around what I'm eating. Anyways, and so yeah, I was like, holy ça monte vite. Like you can get to 2000 no problem, even with calorie awareness. So that was more the learning piece of it than anything else, you know? So
Yes. And I had that exact same moment. I was like, wow, I'm consuming like 2,400 calories ish a day on a Monday, what if not even on the weekend, while being mindful, which makes sense because previous I was maintaining my
like,
weight with
yeah.
a slight surplus. You know what I mean? Like when at the weekends, trips and all of that, right? So it makes sense.
Yeah. And listening to, I really believe that like just listening to your hunger, and really just consuming food when you're hungry. First of all, it's not accessible to everyone every day. So like I understand like sometimes you're just at work. Like Nadia said she had a few opportunities during the week. She's a teacher. She's like, I had a few opportunities where I could actually only eat when I'm hungry. There are other days where that's not possible.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I agree with that. There are just days where it doesn't work out with the way the day plays out. But just that's an amazing skill that you can add in your skill bucket. Okay. So there's not just like one thing that you do and all of a sudden this is for life and this is whatever. It's just like there's a few things that you can just mesh together. There are days that are just like, wow, this was a perfect day where no obstacles, no drama. You got to like be at your house and look at the portions and whatever. But there are other days where you're gonna have to just use one tool and you can't use the other one because it's not accessible today.
Oh, there's so much here, guys. And I want to like take a minute. Like, yes, we were just talking about numbers,
Right.
okay?
All right.
But this does not mean that all of a sudden we're counting calories. We are increasing our calorie awareness. And a little reminder, the difference between calorie counting and calorie awareness. Calorie counting, you are aiming for a specific number and
Right.
you're trying to count every single thing that goes in your mouth for 7 days.
You're right.
Calorie awareness is just increasing your awareness. So using the tablespoon measure when you put your creamer or your guacamole, or putting a cup of egg whites instead of just pouring it in. Like These are little ways for you when you go to Starbucks, looking at how many calories is in your drink. Like
And it's
this
not,
is
it's without judgment. It's just
without
looking at it. Yeah.
judgment.
Yeah. I would even add the word, like you said, a little extra awareness, calorie awareness. I like intention, attention. You're just putting in a little bit more effort into knowing more about what you're consuming. So it's like if you couldn't pay your bills, you'd be putting more intention and attention of like the subscriptions you have. And like that's what
Yes.
you do. You would just like up your awareness of like how you're living your life. It's the exact same thing.
Exactly. And then going forward, you're like, well, shit, I was eating 200 calories worth of peanut butter. And my goodness, the creamer in my coffee was 300. And actually, the portion at dinner that I was normally having was like 500 calories of just meat alone. So then going forward, you have that knowledge and you then decide on what you're going to do with that knowledge.
Yeah.
You keep
And
things the same.
only eating, like asking yourself if you're actually hungry or whatever is the same as like if you're tight on budget, you're going to be asking yourself, like, do I really need this? Like, do I really need this? Like sometimes we buy things and whatever, like, do I really want this? Is there anything in my current closet that's totally fine? Like it's just like there's like things like habits that you like in order for you to feel like you're really using or utilizing your money wisely. I feel like we need to a little bit more just awareness, attention, intention in what we're consuming. And society could definitely benefit from that. Like it's not just someone that wants to lose weight, like just en general, if we were more intentional in what we're consuming, and just learning more about what we're actually consuming. So again, not about adding it up. I don't know, even with my calorie awareness, I don't know how many calories I ate at the end of the day. No, like I cannot know the number exactly. And I know that. However, I was like, ooh, I was very aware today of what I was consuming. You know what I mean? And there are other triggers that tell you like I was in a calorie deficit today.
And like that's what I really want you guys to take away from what Jose said is she didn't know how many total calories she consumed yesterday, but she did increase her calorie awareness.
Yeah.
And try that. I guarantee you it's enough to create a calorie deficit for yourself.
Yeah. And one of my tools to make it easy on me is prepackaged things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm obsessed with right now is these
Tell us, Jose.
the RX bar.
Oh yeah.
You used to eat that or you still do? I think I like them more than the Lara bar.
Okay.
A little mix of both is nice.
Yeah.
I bought some mama teas. I bought
Yeah.
like there's just like more pre-portioned things to like really, and then I have my typical meals, my egg white wrap, whatever, where I like measure my egg white. And then I'm like, okay, this is a cup. But looking at what a cup was typically what I would have eaten before. You know what I mean? Like it was a very
Yeah.
similar. The sauces, the friggin' veggie chips,
The
like
veggie
the
chips.
veggie chips is where it was at. And I would have known that before, but it's almost like, okay, here's the thing. It's almost like that finally you make that the focus. So there's a thing between, yeah, I should eat less veggie chips. Like I know that, like, oh my God, you ate too many veggie chips. Like, but when you like, you're doing this, you are going to create awareness. That is your one focus. It's like all of a
Yeah.
sudden I eat less veggie chips. Very
Yeah.
interesting. It's like just that you just push the needle to like, this is what we're doing. This, it's almost like do the thing. It's when people complain as to why they're not successful, they find all the reasons of the things that why they can't do something. I'm like, stop complaining. Go. Just like, why? Just go create it. And it will go. Like, no more energy, no more time spending on why you're not, or why you think you're not, or what's difficult about the whatever. You have access to shit you can do, and you're not doing it because you're too focused on the things that you don't like or whatever. Just do something. Go experience it. Vas-y. And I think that that's what's missing, especially in weight loss. It's like, I need to join this day. It needs to be whatever. Just do something. And we want it to be, we want the result right away of like,
And we want it to be linear. We want
yeah,
it to be like, I
like you
start
want
here.
yeah,
eh.
yeah, yeah. So
And
there's a lot to unpack, right? So again, it's not just fix your portions and everything's good. It's like better relationship with your journey, different way to speak about yourself. Like there's a lot of tools that I'm using right now to move on. No, it's not just the portion side. Like the fact that that I tell myself that I'm not broken, the fact that I'm like, I want to continue, that I'm learning, that I'm still prioritizing my happiness, that I'm not dieting. Like, oh my God, that's like years of of working on this relationship with myself. Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm just like prioritizing myself, that whatever I want is important. C'est tout là.
I mean, guys, the skill of, if it's not going the way you want, and you being able to tell yourself, and not you hyper focusing on why it's going slow or why it's different or why it's harder for you or poor me, like that is such an important skill to your weight loss journey. And that you were just like, okay, this is what it is. This is my reality. What can I do within my own environment with my own resources that doesn't make me feel deprived or sad? Like, that's literally the questions you need to be asking yourself. And people that are successful with weight loss, it's not that things ever got hard, never got hard. It's that they kept going.
Yeah. It's about like recognizing that that's what's happening, and almost it's not about accepting it, it's embracing it. This is my reality. There's a difference between accepting something and embracing it. Embracing it means you see opportunity. Embracing it means that like you can see through the hard times because you're embracing what's happening. There's always opportunity, even in the shittiest situations. You need, it's like kind of seeing the like the other side of things, but it's not even just being like pretending it's not happening. It's because this happened, now I have this opportunity, right? And that's kind of how I'm seeing. I'm like, there's a reason why my body's doing this right now. Like, it could have given me fast weight loss, it could have like whatever, and I'm like, I need to, there's a learning opportunity here that's happening.
Learning opportunity.
Whether it's for this summer, whether it's for whatever, it's like there's a growth opportunity here with what's happening. And also being in that same moment grateful for what I got, and like, you know, seeing the positive of whatever. Just like you, I said, oh, I saw that you said that the scale had moved down, and like, yeah, well, blah 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 blah, and then you came back and you said, you're right. I should have just said, you're right. It did go down. You were also probably upset by the like speed of it, right? Was that what was happening?
But I do want to come back to portions, because we're actually both using portions, but we're doing it a little differently. So like, I want to put stuff in a Tupperware container. I want to make my own food. It's more important to me. It doesn't mean it's right, or Jose's way is right. It's just our ways. I want chicken and rice and broccoli and sauce and all of that. That's what I'm doing for my meals. Where Jose's like, she's more of a snacky person. Like I eat like 4 times a day, that's it, done. Whereas you like to have little snacks. So like an RX bar, you're like, there we go.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like, this is how I'll live forever. It's like, I just need to create awareness around, and also upping my hunger awareness. Like, am I really hungry? Like, I'm putting energy into learning more about me right now. And I think the hardest part is when you start comparing, like, well, before my vacation, I did this, and like, who cares about before your vacation? That's why I'm like, sometimes when people talk about like 10 years ago, I'm like, oh my God, I don't even care what you did last week. We need to like live in the moment right now. We need to, what's happening right now. Like 10 years ago, I was on Weight Watchers and I lost 50 pounds and whatever. I'm like, oh my goodness, we're going.
We also forget so much of like what we were actually doing and how we were actually feeling. We romanticize what we needed to do and what happened and stuff. Like, we forget. So, you know, hyper focusing on how it worked before is just not productive.
Nope. It really isn't. So I think it's like more the weekly focus, and always making sure that while I want weight loss, that I am not feeling unhappy with where I'm at. Like, that's really like, that's always the reminder. I can want more while really enjoying what's happening, and being very aware of every week what I'm choosing. And next week I could literally choose, you know what, this is the best I got right now, and who cares what I weigh? Like, you know what I mean? Like, never mind. I don't want weight loss. I just want to really enjoy my life because this is good. I feel good. So it's just like learning more. You can always change your mind. I feel like people need to like chill a little bit.
Yes. And just like giving yourself space to like decide if you actually want to do this or not.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not failing. You only decide. The failing thing is only, you're fully in charge of deciding if that's failing or not. All right, everyone.
That was great. We have so much. I hope that you guys took something away with that. If you are feeling frustrated with your weight loss journey right now, my number one recommendation is to increase your level of awareness. We actually have a tool within our membership. It's called the 7-Day Lifestyle Challenge. And the whole goal is to increase awareness. And if you did it for 7 days,
Oh
you
my
would
God,
be
yeah.
shocked of
It
what
literally
you
takes one
learn.
day. It takes one full day where you commit to awareness, and that's your main focus. You will notice so many things about your behaviors and what you're consuming. I can
You'll be
guarantee.
like, well, shit.
Well, yeah, it goes by really fast. It goes
And look
up.
at all those extra bites I'm taking.
Yeah, or just I thought this was about this, but it's like, a lot extra more. And
Mm,
most of these people aren't really gaining a bunch of weight every day. They're just like staying put, and that's why that was maintenance. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's those little extras sometimes to put you in that calorie deficit, but you are in charge of where those extras are like where you feel like that's not worth it to me. That's the magic of being the boss. You know what I mean? Like it's like I can choose which way I want to attack this. So that's very powerful. Okay. All right. Well, that was great talk, everyone. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you soon. Bye.